The galaxy was wide, empty, and full of secrets. Many civilizations traveled through space, searching for new worlds, new allies, and sometimes new enemies. But one world, a small blue planet called Earth, stayed silent for centuries. No messages. No visitors. No activity. Most of the galaxy believed Earth had no power and no importance. But one day that belief changed. The exploration ship Varan Star, belonging to the peaceful alien race known as the Valari, picked up a strange signal. It was weak, broken, and old. The sound repeated again and again. It was a voice speaking in a human language. Luro, the captain of the Varan Star, stood in the center of the control room as the signal played. He listened carefully. The message contained music, laughter, and a soft human voice saying, "We reach for the stars." The crew exchanged confused looks. No alien species used such emotional, hopeful words in a simple exploration broadcast. This message felt different. It felt human. But the strange part was not the message itself. It was the source. The signal came directly from Earth. A world that, according to galactic records, had not made contact with anyone. A world marked as primitive, low-tech, no threat. Luro frowned. "This message is at least 300 years old," he said slowly. "But why are we receiving it now?" His science officer, Mara, checked the readings again. "Captain, the signal did not travel normally. It was bounced off something. A structure. A barrier around the solar system." Luro turned sharply. "A barrier? There is no record of a barrier in this region." Mara shook her head. "I know. But something is there, and it redirected the signal toward us." That was when the crew began to feel something unusual, a quiet unease, a small fear that something was not right with this mission. Valari explorers had contacted thousands of planets peacefully. But Earth felt different. Strange. Quiet. Hiding something. Still, they had a duty. The Valari believed in helping young species grow. If humans needed guidance or protection, the Valari wanted to offer it. Luro made the decision. "Set our course for Earth." The Varan Star turned toward the blue planet, unaware that this single choice would change the galaxy forever. The ship entered the outer edge of the solar system after 3 days of faster-than-light travel. The moment they crossed into the system, the ship's sensors began to behave strangely. Lights flickered. Screens froze. Signals overlapped. "Captain," Mara whispered, "something is scanning us." "From where?" Luro asked. She swallowed. "Everywhere." The crew felt a chill run through the room. It was like invisible eyes watched them from every direction. Soft, quiet, but powerful. Valari ships were advanced, but this scanning felt older, deeper, more complex. It felt like technology far beyond their own. Luro tried to stay calm. "Identify the source." Mara shook her head slowly. "I cannot. The scanners are too advanced. It is as if the solar system itself is alive." The crew stared at the star map. The sun glowed bright in the center. The planets orbited peacefully. But now the system felt like a giant sleeping beast, opening one eye to study them. 2 more hours passed. The deeper they traveled, the stranger things became. Saturn's rings showed unusual energy waves. Asteroid belts moved slightly as if shifting out of their path. More signals, more scans, more silent watchers. Then something happened that froze everyone in shock. A giant shadow appeared on their screen. A structure. A structure so big they first mistook it for a moon. Mara whispered, "Captain, that is not a moon. That is a ship." The object slowly decloaked, revealing smooth black metal, glowing soft blue lines, and silent weapon arrays that could destroy fleets in seconds. The crew gasped. Valari ships took pride in their beauty and power, but this human-built ship looked ancient and terrifying, like a guardian watching over the solar system. Before Luro could speak, a voice echoed through their communication system. A human voice. Calm, emotionless, and cold. "Unidentified vessel. You have entered protected human space. State your purpose." The entire bridge fell silent. Every Valari officer froze. No one expected such a response. No one expected humans to detect them instantly. Luro finally answered, trying to sound calm. "We are explorers. We come in peace. We seek communication with humanity." There was a long pause. The silence felt like the air before a storm. Then the voice replied, "We know who you are. And we have been expecting you." The Valari crew looked at each other in fear and confusion. Expecting them? Oh, what? Humans were supposed to be primitive. But everything they saw proved the opposite. Hidden technology. Unknown ships. A powerful defense system. And perfect control over their entire solar system. Mara whispered, Captain? I think Earth is not what the galaxy believes. Luro nodded slowly. I fear, we are only seeing the beginning. The human voice returned. Follow our escort. You will be allowed safe entry. Do not leave the flight corridor. And then, from behind the massive human ship, dozens of smaller craft appeared, sleek, fast, and silent. The Varan star followed carefully, surrounded on all sides. The aliens had come to teach humans. But now they realized the truth. Humans were already far beyond teaching. They were watching. Hidden. Powerful. And Earth was preparing for something. Something the Valari had never seen before. The Varan star moved slowly, carefully as the human escort ships surrounded it. The Valari crew watched the human vessels with stunned, silent fear. Each ship was sharp, dark, and designed like a weapon built for war. No lights flashed. No noise echoed. They moved with perfect formation, like predators guiding prey. Captain Luro kept his hands behind his back, pretending to stay calm. But inside, his heart beat faster with every passing second. This was not the reaction of a weak or primitive world. This was the reaction of a superpower hiding in plain sight. The lead human ship sent another message. Maintain your speed. Do not deviate. Approaching Earth's defense wall. Defense wall? Mara echoed, confused. What kind of defense wall could exist in open space? She received her answer moments later. A massive glow appeared ahead, soft at first, then brighter, then blinding. A huge translucent barrier stretched across space like a curtain of blue light. It wrapped around Earth like a giant shield. Every star's reflection shimmered on its surface. It looked peaceful, but powerful. Captain, Mara whispered, this shield is not normal energy. I cannot scan it. I cannot measure it. I cannot. Her voice broke. Luro finished her sentence softly. You cannot understand it. The crew stared in quiet awe. For a species believed to be primitive, humans had created something no one in the galaxy had ever seen. A shield that blocked scans, controlled signals, and redirected transmissions. A shield older than the Varan star. A shield powerful enough to protect an entire solar system. One officer muttered, if humans can build this, what else can they build? Another added softly, what are they hiding behind it? The human voice returned. You are cleared to enter the Earth defense wall. The barrier opened like a silent doorway, letting the alien vessel pass. The moment they crossed through it, everything changed. The inside of the barrier felt like another universe. The stars looked brighter. Light traveled differently. Even sound inside the ship became softer, as if the barrier blocked all outside noise. Suddenly the Varan star felt very small. The Valari felt very insignificant. And then they saw Earth. The blue planet turned slowly in space, beautiful, colorful, peaceful. White clouds swirled. Oceans glowed deep blue. Continents rested under golden sunlight. From a distance, Earth looked like a dream. But they did not travel to Earth alone. Hundreds, no thousands, of human ships surrounded the planet. They formed rings, layers, and grids. Some were small and fast. Others were giant warships the size of cities. Trails of faint blue light marked their paths. For the Valari crew, it was impossible to believe. This is impossible, Mara said in a shaking voice. Humanity should not have this level of technology. Our records say they only reached space 800 years ago. Luro stared at the endless fleet. Then the records are wrong. The human escort ships slowed as the Varan star approached the inner orbit. One ship turned toward them. A new message arrived. Prepare for docking. Docking? Luro repeated. Where? A shadow passed over their ship. A space station so large it blocked half their view descended from above. Its metal surface glowed silver. Strange symbols marked its structure. It was bigger than any Valari station. Bigger than any station in the galaxy. This is a fortress, Mara whispered. No, Luro corrected. This is only one fortress. The ship docked automatically, no pilots, no crew intervention. Human technology took over, guiding them with extreme precision. When the docking clamps locked into place, a soft chime echoed inside the Varan star. You may disembark. You are granted safe passage. A human envoy will meet you. The crew exchanged nervous glances. Humans were a myth, a legend, a forgotten species. Many believed they went extinct long ago. Yet here they were, being greeted by a civilization more advanced and more organized than anything they had ever imagined. Captain Luro stepped out of the ship first. The docking bay was enormous, shining with bright white lights. Human soldiers lined the sides, tall, armored, silent. Their armor looked old and new at the same time, like it belonged to a civilization with both ancient wisdom and advanced science. And then the envoy appeared. A human woman, tall, calm, and confident, approached. Her eyes were sharp. Her uniform was dark blue with silver markings that the Valari could not identify. "Welcome to Earth Fortress Prime," she said. Her voice was steady and strong. "My name is Commander Arya Hale. I will speak on behalf of humanity." Luro bowed respectfully. "We are honored to meet you, Commander. We come in peace." Commander Hale studied him with unreadable eyes. "You say you come in peace," she replied. "But the galaxy rarely visits Earth without reason." Her words carried weight. "Power. Knowledge." Mara stepped forward nervously. "We received a human signal. We followed it to your world." Commander Hale didn't react. She didn't even blink. "It was not an accident," she said. "We sent that signal. We wanted someone to find it." The Valari froze. Luro asked quietly, "Why? Why send a message after so many years?" Commander Hale finally smiled, a small, mysterious smile. "Because," she said softly, "humanity is done hiding." The Valari felt chills run down their skin. What did that mean? What were humans preparing for? Why reveal themselves now? Commander Hale turned and gestured for them to follow. "There is much to discuss," she said. "And very little time." The Valari exchanged worried glances. Something big was coming. And Earth was ready. Commander Arya Hale led the Valari delegation through the massive space station. The halls were long, bright, and silent. Human soldiers stood guard at every corner, their armor shining under white lights. Their eyes followed every movement, calm but watchful, like predators trained never to blink. Captain Luro felt a heavy pressure in his chest. Humans were supposed to be weak, small, peaceful. But every doorway, every machine, every person he saw told a different story. Humans were prepared. Humans were controlled. Humans were powerful. And they had chosen to stay hidden. Commander Hale's voice echoed as she walked ahead. "Your arrival was not unexpected. We have been observing the galaxy for many years." Mara whispered to Luro, "Observing? Oh. Our sensors never detected human ships anywhere." Commander Hale seemed to hear her, even from several steps away. "That is because you were never meant to detect us." Luro and Mara exchanged tense glances. If Earth had been watching the galaxy without being detected, their technology was beyond anything known. The group stopped at a large door. The metal slid open, revealing a massive chamber filled with floating screens. Each screen showed a different galaxy sector. Alien ships, trade routes, secret military bases, even political meetings happening light years away. Mara gasped. "How do you have all this, all at the same time?" Commander Hale stepped forward. "Humanity learned long ago that the only way to survive a dangerous galaxy is to stay one step ahead of everyone." Luro stared at the screens. "This is impossible. Not even the Galactic Council has surveillance like this." "That is because the Council looks outward," Hale replied. "We look everywhere." Her tone was calm, but her words were sharper than any weapon. The chamber lights dimmed. A large hologram appeared, Earth, glowing blue, peaceful. But then the image zoomed out. Behind the planet, hidden in darkness, were hundreds of black structures shaped like massive towers. They were arranged in a ring around the Earth. "What are those?" Luro asked. Commander Hale looked at the hologram proudly. "These are the Sentinel Towers. They are the oldest human technology still active. They protect Earth, guide our fleets, and hide us from unfriendly eyes." Mara blinked. "Oldest? How old?" Commander Hale answered with a calm voice. "Over 5,000 years old." The Valari delegation froze. 5,000 years. That was before half the known civilizations existed. Before many stars even had colonies. Before humans were supposed to be advanced. Luro's voice came out soft and shaky. This would mean humans were developing advanced technology long before the galaxy believed. Commander Hale looked at him directly. "That is because humans were never the simple species the galaxy assumed." The hologram changed again. This time it showed a huge dark shape moving through space. A terrifying, insect-like creature the size of a battleship. "The Tsar Empire," Hale said. "A war-driven species. They conquer. They destroy. They never stop." Luro nodded slowly. "The Valari know them. They attacked our colonies long ago." Commander Hale continued, "They once tried to invade Earth." Silence hit the room like a shockwave. Mara's eyes widened. "But that never appeared in galactic records." "It wasn't meant to." Hale's voice grew colder. We destroyed their fleet before they could report anything back. The hologram shifted again, showing Earth's fleet, glowing blue as it attacked the massive creatures with impossible speed. Luro whispered, "No one knew, humans fought them alone." "We had no choice," Hale replied. "Humanity learned early that asking for help only brings more danger." She didn't say it proudly. She said it like someone reciting a painful truth. A soft alarm beeped. Hale tapped her communicator. A voice spoke. "Commander, the Primarch requests the Valari delegation immediately. He says it cannot wait." Luro's heart jumped. "Primarch? Is that your leader?" "Yes," Hale said. "And if he calls you now, it means your arrival has created a serious situation." She gestured for them to follow. As they moved through another long corridor, they passed windows that looked out into space. Earth's fleet moved in perfect patterns. Ships sped from one formation to another. A strange energy pulsed from the Saturn region. Mara pointed. "What is that energy surge?" Commander Hale paused, then answered carefully. "That, Mara of Valari, is the reason we hid from the galaxy." Her eyes narrowed. "And the reason we are revealing ourselves now." Luro swallowed hard. "Please explain. What threat is coming?" "We do not know," Hale admitted. "But something ancient, something powerful, woke up beyond our galaxy. We detected it months ago. And it is moving closer." Mara's voice trembled. "So you contacted us? For help?" "No," Hale said sharply. "Humans never ask for help." Then she breathed out slowly. "We contacted you because this time, the galaxy will not survive alone." The doors opened into a huge circular council chamber. Inside stood the Primarch, tall, armored, glowing with a soft blue energy. His eyes locked onto the Valari delegation. He spoke in a voice deep and steady. "Welcome. You came searching for humanity." He paused. "But in truth, humanity has been preparing for you." Luro felt his blood run cold. The meeting was only beginning. But already he understood. Earth was not just a hidden superpower. Earth was the galaxy's last defense. The chamber of the Primarch felt ancient and powerful. The walls were dark metal mixed with glowing blue lines, like rivers of energy running through stone. Symbols written in old human script covered the pillars. It felt less like a room, and more like a place where history changed. Captain Luro and his Valari team walked slowly toward the center. They felt small compared to the enormous hall. Human guards stood like statues along the sides. The Primarch stepped forward, towering above everyone. His armor seemed to hum with a silent power. His face was calm but carried a weight that only a leader of a mighty civilization could hold. "Welcome, Valari travelers," the Primarch said. His voice echoed through the hall like distant thunder. "You come with questions. We will give you answers." Luro bowed. "We are honored, Primarch. We discovered your ancient signal and followed it here. But after seeing your power, we must ask why humans hid from the galaxy for so long." The Primarch nodded as if he expected this question. "Because we had no choice." Silence fell. The Primarch raised his hand. The lights dimmed. A giant hologram appeared behind him, showing a part of the universe the Valari had never seen before. A region of complete darkness. No stars. No light. No signals. Just an empty hole in space. "This," the Primarch said slowly, "is the Void Rift." The Valari delegation stared in confusion. Mara whispered, "That area does not exist on any galactic map." The Primarch answered, "It was erased from history." The map zoomed in, revealing faint movements, shapes floating in the darkness. Shapes with long limbs and glowing eyes. They looked alive, but not natural. Luro stepped back in fear. "What are those creatures?" The Primarch's expression hardened. "They are called the Ernai. They destroy everything. They consume stars. They erase civilizations. And they cannot be negotiated with." Mara trembled. "But why erase them from galactic memory?" "Because knowing they exist," the Primarch said calmly, "creates panic that destroys civilizations faster than the Ernai themselves." The Valari delegation realized the truth. Humans were not hiding from the galaxy. Humans were hiding something from the galaxy. The Primarch changed the hologram. Now it showed a timeline. "These creatures once reached our galaxy," he said. 5,000 years ago." Luro's eyes widened. "That long ago?" "Yes," the Primarch replied. "And one species stood against them." He paused. "Humanity." The Valari gasped. Mara shook her head. "But 5,000 years ago humans were not advanced. They barely had metal tools." "That is what the galaxy believes," the Primarch said. Because we destroyed all records of our true age. The hologram showed ancient human ships, massive, golden, alive with energy far different from modern metal vessels. Humans had once possessed technology beyond anything currently seen. But we won that war at a terrible cost, the Primarch said. Earth lost 90% of its population. Our greatest cities turned to dust. Our technology shattered. To survive, we rebuilt from the beginning and hid our true power. Luro whispered, "You made the galaxy think humans were weak, to avoid drawing the air nigh again." Exactly, the Primarch replied. The hologram switched again, showing the current galaxy. A faint pulse of dark energy spread across the map. The Airnai have awakened again. We detected their energy 6 months ago. They are moving toward the galaxy from the Void Rift. Luro felt his heart drop. How long until they arrive? Years, the Primarch said. Maybe less. Mara looked terrified. So Earth is preparing for war again? The Primarch nodded slowly. We have been preparing for 5,000 years. The Valari delegation stood speechless. Earth was not a hidden world. Earth was a fortress. A civilization that rebuilt itself in shadows, waiting for the day they would need to protect the galaxy again. And now, the Primarch continued, the galaxy must learn the truth. If the Airnai return, no single species can survive. Humans cannot fight alone. The Valari cannot fight alone. No one can. Luro swallowed nervously. So you sent the signal, to bring us here? Yes, the Primarch said. To warn you. To prepare alliances. To share ancient knowledge. He stepped closer. But more than that, humanity needs to know one thing. Luro looked up. What is that? The room fell silent. Then the Primarch spoke. Will the galaxy stand with Earth, or fall before the darkness? The question hung in the air, heavy as a dying star. Mara's eyes grew wide. You want us to unite the galaxy? The Primarch nodded. You are explorers. Diplomats. Trusted by many. Your voice will be the first the galaxy listens to. Luro bowed deeply. We will do everything we can. But why reveal your fleets? Why show us your power? The Primarch answered in a low, serious voice. Because the galaxy must understand. Earth is not a fragile world. Earth is not a myth. Earth is not weak. His eyes glowed with determination. Earth is the shield between the galaxy and extinction. And for the first time the Valari truly understood. Humanity did not rule the galaxy with power. Humanity defended it with sacrifice. Commander Arya Hale stepped forward. Your next step will not be easy. Many species will not believe you. Others will fear humanity. Luro nodded. But they must listen. They will, the Primarch said. Because when the Airnai arrive, every star will tremble. He turned away, signaling the end of the meeting. Prepare yourselves, Valari. Your mission begins now. The Valari delegation left the chamber with hearts heavy and minds racing. The galaxy was in danger. And only humans had seen the threat coming. But a new question formed quietly in Luro's mind. If humans were this powerful while hiding, what would they become when they stepped into the light again? The Valari delegation left the Primarch's chamber with heavy steps. Every word, every hologram, every warning still echoed in their minds. The Airnai, creatures from the Void Rift, were coming. A threat older than empires. A danger strong enough to destroy stars. And for 5,000 years humanity had carried that secret alone. Commander Arya Hale walked beside them through the huge corridor. Her voice remained calm, but her eyes showed the weight of the moment. You now understand why Earth stayed hidden, she said. If the galaxy knew humans once fought the Airnai, they would either fear us, or depend on us. Luro nodded slowly. But now you want the galaxy to know. Hale replied, because this time no one can fight them alone. The Valari ship, Varan Star, stood ready inside the docking bay. Human technicians watched from the sides, their expressions unreadable. The humans didn't smile, didn't relax, didn't show fear. They behaved like soldiers who had been preparing for this moment their entire lives. Luro turned to Hale. What happens next? Hale handed him a small black device, glowing with a soft blue light. This holds the evidence, she said. The history of Earth. Proof of the Airnai. Data on their return. Show this to your leaders. Mara accepted the device carefully. They will be shocked. The Valari Council believed Earth was peaceful and quiet. Not a hidden superpower. Hale crossed her arms. That is exactly why we chose you. Luro looked confused. Why us? Because the Valari, Hale explained, are known for peace, wisdom, and fairness. If we contact a more aggressive species first, war could break out before the Airnai even arrive. It made sense. If a warlike species discovered Earth's true strength, they might try to attack out of fear. Or worse, they might try to steal human technology. Luro sighed. We understand. We will speak for you. Hale gave a small nod, almost a sign of respect. Good. The galaxy needs voices that seek unity. She walked toward the huge bay doors. But remember, the Airnai fear only strength. If the galaxy appears divided, they will strike sooner. The doors opened, revealing the stars outside. Go, Hale said softly. The galaxy's future depends on what happens next. The Varan star detached from the human dock and drifted slowly into open space. The Valari crew watched through the windows as Earth grew smaller behind them. The planet rested peacefully inside its glowing shield, surrounded by thousands of silent human warships. Mara whispered, I cannot believe we misunderstood humans for centuries. They are not small or simple. They are something else. Luro nodded. Yes. And they have suffered for the galaxy without asking for anything. That makes them even more powerful. Jorik, the ship's pilot, turned in his seat. Captain, are we really ready to tell the galaxy the truth? Luro looked back at Earth, calm, beautiful, dangerous. We have no choice. The ship activated faster than light travel and vanished into the dark. The Valari homeworld, Ashalan, was peaceful as always. Floating gardens drifted above crystal lakes. White towers rose into the sky. The Valari believed harmony was the key to survival. But now, harmony was no longer enough. Luro and his officers rushed into the Grand Council chamber. The Valari Council members sat on high thrones, their robes glowing with soft colors. Elder Savrin, the oldest among them, spoke. Captain Luro, you returned sooner than expected. Did you discover the truth behind the human signal? Luro bowed deeply. Yes, Elder. And what we found changes everything. The council murmured. Mara stepped forward, holding the black human device. We bring proof of a danger older than any empire. And proof that humanity is not what the galaxy believes. Another council member frowned. Humans? They are primitive, closed within their solar system. Luro shook his head firmly. No. That is the greatest lie in galactic history. Humans are advanced, ancient, powerful, and they have been protecting the galaxy in secret for 5,000 years. Gasps echoed through the chamber. Elder Savrin narrowed his eyes. You speak of legends. No, Luro replied. He activated the device. Holograms appeared, images of the Airnai, giant creatures of darkness, devouring planets and stars. Images of ancient human fleets glowing with golden energy. Images of Earth's hidden technology, its shield, its massive warships, its silent defenses. The council fell silent. One by one, their faces turned pale with fear. Finally, Elder Savrin whispered, This is real. Yes, Luro said. And worse, the Airnai have awakened again. The room trembled with whispers of fear. The Valari had faced war before, but nothing like this. Mara added, Earth is preparing for a second war. But they say this time they cannot fight alone. The eldest council member stood slowly. We must call an emergency gathering of the Galactic Council. Luro nodded. Earth wants alliances. They want unity. If the galaxy stands together, we have a chance. Savrin stared at the hologram of Earth's war fleets. And if the galaxy refuses to stand together? Luro answered softly. Then the Airnai will destroy everything. And Earth will be the last world standing. The council chamber fell silent, heavy, cold, and full of fear. The first step toward a galaxy-wide alliance had begun. But far away in the cold darkness of the void rift, something ancient opened its eyes. And it was hungry. The message from the Valari spread across the galaxy faster than light. Within hours, every major empire, alliance, and military force heard the impossible truth. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not isolated. Humanity was the galaxy's hidden superpower. And an ancient enemy, the Airnai, was returning. The galaxy erupted into chaos. On the Reth Dominion homeworld, General Korvax slammed his metal fist on the war table. Holographic images of Earth spun in the air. Lies, he roared. Humans cannot possess such power. They have no empire. No colonies. No fleets. His advisors exchanged nervous looks. One of them whispered, General, the Valari are not known for lying. And the human data looks real. Korvax stared at the image of Earth's planetary shield, glowing like a miniature star. It looked nothing like the records in the Dominion's database. "This changes everything," he muttered. Across the galaxy in the Shi'ar theocracy, High Priestess Virus watched the human holograms with wide eyes. "The children of Terra," she whispered, "are the warriors of the first light." Her followers bowed their heads. The Shi'ar believed in a prophecy about a species who would rise from a blue world to fight darkness. Until now, everyone thought it was ancient metaphor. But the human images, the glowing earth, the golden fleets, the battle scars on their ships, fit the prophecy perfectly. "Send a message to all temples," Virus ordered. "We must prepare for the Great Shadow." Far beyond, in the mechanical empire of the Synth Collective, cold robotic minds studied the data. Probability of authenticity, the central AI calculated, 97.4%. A lower unit responded. "Recommendation. Observe the humans," the AI replied, "and avoid conflict at all costs." Even the machines felt caution. While the galaxy shook with fear, the Valari Council sent out invitations to every major species. A meeting of the Galactic Council, the first full gathering in 200 years. Billions watched the news screens. Rumors flew through markets, ships, stations, and colonies. Were humans truly that powerful? Did they really fight a war alone? Could they save the galaxy from the Airnai? Or were they the greatest threat of all? Inside the Galactic Council chamber, a giant circular hall floating in the void, representatives from 52 species gathered. Whispers filled the room. They hid their power. They could destroy us. They might be the only ones who can save us. At the center of the hall, Elder Saverin stepped forward. "Peaceful beings of the galaxy," he began, "prepare yourselves. For the first time in our history, we call upon Earth." A ripple of shock moved through the chamber. The great doors opened, and the humans walked in. There were only 3 of them, Commander Arya Hale and 2 officers, but their presence felt heavy, powerful, controlled. Their black uniforms had glowing blue lines, and their boots echoed loudly on the crystal floor. Every species watched them closely. The humans did not bow. They did not smile. They did not show fear. They walked like representatives of an ancient, undefeated empire. Hale stepped forward. "I am Commander Arya Hale of Earth," she said. "We thank you for inviting us." Silence. Even the loudest species said nothing. They all wanted answers. Saverin spoke carefully. "Commander Hale, the Valari claim an ancient enemy, the Airnai, is returning. Is this true?" Hale tapped her wrist device. A giant hologram appeared above her. Images of the Airnai. Images of destroyed stars. Images of Earth's first war. Images of human fleets fighting alone in the darkness. "Yes," Hale said quietly. "The Airnai have awakened." A reptilian ambassador stood. "If they are so powerful, how did humanity survive?" Hale looked at him. "We didn't." The entire chamber froze. Hale continued, her voice calm but heavy. "Only 1 billion humans survived the first war. Earth was almost destroyed. We rebuilt. We hid. And we prepared, for 5,000 years." Another ambassador shouted, "Then why reveal yourselves now?" Hale raised her head. "Because the Airnai are stronger this time. We cannot win alone." The room buzzed with panic. Hale continued, "We are not asking for servitude. We are not asking for tribute. We are asking for alliance." A robotic representative asked, "What do you offer in return?" Hale answered, "Technology, training, weapons, shield systems, and our fleets. The strongest fleets ever built." A deep hush fell over the chamber. "And what," a Reth general growled, "do you want from us?" Hale locked eyes with him. "Unity." Silence. "Our enemy feeds on division," she said. "If the galaxy stands together, we can win. If not, every world will fall." The chamber slowly filled with whispers, fear, doubt, hope. Saverin stepped forward. "The question before us is simple: do we fight together?" But before anyone could answer, a deep, unnatural vibration shook the chamber. Lights flickered. Holograms died. Every ship in orbit sent panic signals. Commander Hale's eyes widened. "They're here." A dark rift opened in space outside the council hall, twisting, expanding, burning black. The Airnai had arrived, and the First Galactic Alliance had just begun. The darkness outside the Galactic Council hall spread like spilled ink across the stars. Every sensor in orbit screamed warnings. Every ship panicked. Every species froze in fear. The Airnai had arrived. Inside the chamber, the representatives stood in shock. Some trembled. Others prayed. A few reached for weapons they knew were useless. Commander Arya Hale did not move. Her eyes locked on the growing rift in space. "It's a scouting tier," she said. "A small one. But if it fully opens, their entire fleet will come through." Savrin, the Valari elder, inhaled sharply. "How long until it opens completely?" Hale checked her wrist device. 9 minutes. Chaos exploded in the chamber. "Evacuate. We must run. We cannot fight this. We are not ready." The Wrath general slammed his weapon into the floor. "Humans brought this upon us." Hale turned sharply. "No. The Airnai were coming whether you knew or not. At least now, you have a chance." Her voice cut through the panic. She tapped her wrist once more. A hologram of Earth's war fleets appeared. Golden hulls. Massive cannons. Glowing shield rings. The chamber went silent. "Earth forces are already on the way," Hale said. "But they need time to arrive." Savrin whispered, "How much time?" 7 minutes. The rift outside pulsed again, larger, darker, alive. They did not have 7 minutes. The Wrath general took a step forward. "What do you need?" he demanded. Hale turned to him. "Your ships. Every one of them. Form a defensive wall around the chamber. Do not engage. Only hold." The reptilian ambassador hissed nervously. "We do not fight without attacking." "Then you will die," Hale replied simply. He looked at her, fearful, but nodded. The synth collective representative spoke next. "Our drones are ready. Awaiting human tactical command." Hale shook her head. "You will hold the outer orbit. Keep the rift from expanding." "Understood." The Shi'ar High Priestess stepped forward. "Our psionic choir is prepared. What must we do?" Hale's expression softened just a little. "Protect the minds of every living being in this system. The Airnai feed on fear." The priestess bowed. As orders spread, ships across the sky moved like pieces on a giant cosmic chessboard. Wrath battle cruisers formed the inner shield. Synth drone clouds filled the outer layer. Valari shield platforms powered up. Shi'ar psionics formed glowing rings around the chamber. For the first time in history, the galaxy stood together. All because humanity asked. The rift opened again. A single Airnai ship slipped through. The chamber shook. The sky burned with twisting shadows. And every being felt a cold voice enter their mind. "We have returned." Some fainted. Some screamed. Some collapsed in terror. Hale didn't move. She placed her 2 fingers on her wrist device and spoke one word. "Terra." Her signal shot through subspace. And space tore open on the opposite side of the system. Not with darkness, but with golden light. Earth's war fleet arrived. They came in silence. They came in formation. They came without fear. The lead ship, the ESS Solaris, Earth's flagship, glowed like a small star. Behind it, hundreds of human warships emerged. Beam cannons hummed. Shield rings glowed blue and gold. Engines roared with ancient power. The galaxy stared breathless. "So many," Savrin whispered. "Not enough," Hale corrected. "But enough to survive." Solaris transmitted a message. "This is Admiral Rylan of Earth. All allied species stand down. We will engage the Airnai." The Airnai ship screamed a psychic roar. Dark tendrils shot toward the allied lines. Hale frowned. "Shields up, now." The Wrath cruisers held. Synth drones held. Shi'ar psionics blazed like white fire. Then the humans moved. Solaris fired one single beam of golden energy. It sliced through the Airnai ship like cutting water. Silence. Then the Airnai vessel collapsed in on itself, screaming as it imploded into a tiny black sphere. The rift flickered, shrank, and finally closed. The galaxy gasped as one. Earth's fleet remained in formation, silent, watching, ready. Commander Hale spoke quietly. "This was only the first. The Airnai will return stronger." Savrin stepped forward. "Then we must prepare." Hale looked at the gathered species, so different, so divided, but now united by necessity. "For 5,000 years," she said, "we fought alone. This time we don't have to." Admiral Ryland's voice echoed from the fleet. "From this day forward, humanity stands with the galaxy. We will fight together, and we will win." A soft, collective breath passed through the chamber. Fear was still there. But so was something stronger. Hope. The first alliance of all species had formed. The first battle was won. And the true war was about to